the struggling Arizona Diamondbacks turned to Zach Greinke to stop the bleeding, and actually win a series for the first time in their last 5 tries, as they go up against a Triple-A call-up in Oakland with a less-than-stellar Major League past. We break down the day's complete MLB schedule with in-depth analysis, tips and our favorite picks in today's edition of MLB Daily Line Drive. Double play picks: New York Mets at Milwaukee Brewers, -125.9. The Mets and Brewers tangle Sunday afternoon in the final game of their 4-game series at Miller Park in Milwaukee. The Mets took the opener Thursday, but the National League Central leading Brewers rebounded with victories Saturday and Sunday. The Mets will attempt to salvage a series split with Zach Wheeler on the mound. It's been a hit-or-miss season thus far for Wheeler, with a few really solid starts mixed with some really poor performances. When you dig into his opponents, you notice that his 4 good starts this season were against some of the worst teams in baseball. In fact, if you filter out his starts against the Reds, Padres, and Marlins, his other 4 appearances against decent teams leaves a team win-loss record of 1-3, an ERA of 9.45, and a WHIP of 2.05. Not good. Jhoulys Chacin, on the other hand, has been rock solid for the Brewers this season and has been even better than solid in his home starts. At Miller Park, Chacin owns a team win-loss of 3-1, an ERA of 1.59, a WHIP of 1.19, and an opponent's on-base percentage of only .290. Look for the Brewers to take 3 of 4 from the struggling Mets. Pick Brewers -125. Note, not every online sportsbook is the same. Thinking of placing a bet? Check which top-rated sports betting sites have been reviewed first. Arizona Diamondbacks at Oakland Athletics, 128. First of all, we all knew the Diamondbacks' hot start was a bit of an illusion. What we didn't know was that things would get this bad, this fast. After getting dominated yesterday by Daniel Mengden, the D-backs have now lost 14 of their last 16 games overall, yet somehow are only a half game back in the NL West. Arizona desperately needs something to hang their hats on and get this slump turned around, and a series win on the road with their ace on the hill is exactly what the doctor ordered. When the money line was initially released for this game, Trevor Cahill was the scheduled starter for Oakland and Zach Greinke was listed as an underdog. Total disrespect. The A's have since flipped their starting pitcher, and the money line has also flipped to their side to -135. Greinke had a bit of a tough time in Milwaukee in his last start, but overall in his last 5 outings has a team win-loss of 3-2, an ERA of 2.64, and a WHIP of 0.8478, and these numbers include his start at Miller Park where he allowed 3 home runs. His substitute opponent will be right-hander Frankie Montas. He made 23 appearances out of the bullpen for the A's last season and owned a terrible ERA of 7.03. He has 2 Major League starts under his belt, both in 2015 with the White Sox, and those did not go well, with 2 team losses and an ERA of 9.00. Well, he must be pitching well in the minor leagues this season to warrant this last-minute call-up. Nope. In 9 starts with Nashville, Triple-A, Montas is 1-5 with an ERA of 4.39 and only 33 strikeouts to go, along with 13 walks and 41.0 innings of work. This promotion of Montas is simply a situational call-up, and the D-backs will take care of business today. Pick Diamondbacks -135. Yesterday's picks: 1-1 season record, 5-7, 5-3. For more free picks and analysis, head over to our free picks page on Covers Experts. Streaking and slumping starting pitchers. Streaking, Nick Pivetta, Philadelphia Phillies, 4-2, 3.23 ERA, $586. Phillies righty Nick Pivetta has overcome a bit of a rough patch to post 3 consecutive dominant performances and earn himself a spot as today's streaking starter. Over his last 3 outings, Pivetta is 3-0 with a 0.47 ERA, a 0.63 WHIP, and an opponent's on-base percentage of .174. Pivetta and the Phillies are slight -115 favorites at home this afternoon against J.A. Happ and the Blue Jays. The last time a Canadian pitcher started against the Jays was a pretty memorable event, with James Paxton of the Mariners no-hitting his country's lone MLB club. Slumping, Jason Hammel, Kansas City Royals, 1-5, 5.70 ERA, -$479. It's going to take more than one decent start to get Jason Hammel off the hook. Hammel threw well against the Cardinals earlier in the week, but he still owns an ERA of 8.36 and a WHIP of 1.7857 over his last 5 outings, and a team win-loss of 2-8 on the season. Hammel and the Royals are 160 underdogs today in Arlington against Cole Hamels and the Rangers. Sunday's top trends. Braves are 3-14 in Mike Foltynewicz's last 17 starts. 215 today at Red Sox. Over is 17-4 in Indians' last 21 home games. Weekly total 8. Nationals are 11-1 in their last 12 meetings, with the Marlins, -210 today at Miami. Under is the 1st of April 16 in Cardinals' last 21 Sunday games. Pit total 8. Phillies are 14-3 in Nick Pivetta's last 17 starts. -115 today versus Jays. Rangers are 16-2 in Cole Hamels' last 18 home starts versus a team with a losing record. -180 versus Royals. Reds are 3-0 in Matt Harvey's 3 starts since joining the club. 130 today at Rockies. Twins are 3-12 in Jose Berrios' last 15 road starts. -115 today at Mariners. Giants are 3-13 in the last 16 meetings with the Cubs in Chicago. 170 today at CHC. Weather watch. There is some wild weather in the baseball forecast for several early games on Sunday's schedule. There is a chance of rain late this afternoon at Fenway Park in Boston, where the Red Sox will host the Braves. Hopefully, the precipitation will hold off until this one is complete. This game will also feature a stiff wind of 15 to 17 miles per hour blowing in from right field. The total opened at 8 and has been dropped to 7.5. There is a slight chance of rain this afternoon at Yankee Stadium, but the wind will be the story in this one, with a 15 to 17 mile per hour breeze blowing in from center field. The total opened at 9 but has been dropped to 8. There is a chance of a thunderstorm in Philadelphia, where the Phillies are scheduled to take on the Blue Jays. Same as in Boston, the precipitation is scheduled for a bit later in the afternoon, so hopefully this one wraps up quickly. Wind won't be a factor, but umpire pace of play may be. The total opened at 8.5 and has been dropped to 7.5. Check out the complete forecast at every stadium for today on our MLB weather page. Ump of the day. Will Little will be calling balls and strikes in Seattle this afternoon, and that is great news for Jose Berrios and the visiting Twins. Road teams are 20-8 in Little's last 28 games in pads, and a very interesting 6-0 in his last 6 Sunday games behind the plate. Berrios and the Twins are slight -115 favorites against Mike Leake and the Mariners at Safeco Field. Sunday's top consensus. Here are the top side and total plays according to the public and our covers consensus. Check out up to the minute consensus data for every game here.